Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Matt, and I'm back with another review. This one's gonna be for The Flash, episode 3, season 4. And before I get into the review, I just wanna make a little apology for last week. I didn't review any episodes, but here's the thing, guys. The thing about YouTube is that it's still new to me, and it takes a lot of time to make these videos, and I'm doing other things in my own life. So it's not that I didn't like those episodes. It's just the time management, and I'm still new to YouTube. Basically what I'm saying. But these reviews will be coming out more often, and I am working on a consistent schedule for you guys to see more videos for the channel. So we're definitely all working on that. But with that being said, let me just get right into the review. So we get a new metahuman villain this episode, and her name is Hazard. And in the beginning of the episode, the Thinker is basically just describing her very unlucky life to us. And he said she had a MySpace page. I was like, wow, that's an epic throwback. But then again, she does seem like the type of person that would have a MySpace page, so I guess I'm not surprised. But her powers are pretty cool. She can basically, I don't want to say manipulate probability, but the more lucky she gets, the less lucky people around her get. So I think that's a pretty cool power. Maybe if she had more experience with it, she could manipulate it at her own will, but it just seems like it's automatic for whatever, or automatic for whoever's around her. While I was watching the next scene, I was like, this is way too dramatic. They're probably building up to a joke or something. I bet you they're playing laser tag, and as I saw, they were playing laser tag, so that scene was pretty funny. I like how Cisco said, "Yo, I failed this city," like like Oliver does on Arrow. And in that next scene with Wally, I really felt bad for him. I could already see the meme now, that awkward moment when you thought your girl was coming through the breach, but it was her dad instead. I could see his face memeified right now. Oh, another thing about that scene when Wells mentioned that Atlantean plastic, that was a reference to maybe Aquaman being on Earth too? I don't know, maybe. But speaking of Wells, it is good to have Earth 2 Harry back. He is my favorite Harrison Wells, and I'm sure most people would agree with me. Season 1 doesn't count because that was Dawn. Season 3 was funny, but that was it. It was just funny. In Earth 2 Harry, he's a dick, but girl would like him. Oh yeah, and I just wanted to point out that Luck Be a Lady by Frank Sinatra was playing this episode during Hazard's first little crime spree, but I like how they did that because that's the title of the episode, and they really couldn't pass up that opportunity. So I just wanted to point that out. Oh yeah, something I thought was funny was when it got to the part where Joe was at the house and the plumber was like, "You know, this house is and Joe's like, bitchin'." I hope that is a recurring joke throughout the season, because that would be hilarious if that's the case. So in the scene with Barry, Wells, and Cisco, they're trying to find out where all those metahumans are coming from, and we find out two things in this scene. That when Barry came out of the Speed Force, he let out a bunch of dark matter, and that's what caused these people to get their powers. And we also found out that Barry can start remembering stuff from his time in the Speed Force, or from that time before he saved Iris in the first episode. So hopefully throughout the season he remembers more and more things, and those things he remembers could lead to him using his powers in some new ways. Hopefully. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to mention that Cisco and Earth 2 Harry have the best banter together. If you don't agree with me, then you can eat a dick. Nah, I'm just kidding. But ever since Earth 2 Harry called Cisco Crisco, it's been hilarious every scene they've been in together. So in the scene when Barry meets Becky had the CC jitters, I gotta admit she does have a pretty realistic reaction to Barry basically telling her to turn herself in. Because for someone whose life sucked, basically, for their whole life, you wouldn't want to just give up your powers of luck like that. I mean, you would want to feel as lucky as for as long as possible because you never felt that way before. I don't agree with her attitude, like maybe it's other people's turns to be unlucky, but I can understand that, and I think it's a pretty realistic explanation. So I did think it was pretty funny when Iris invites Barry to the church and she wants them to get married, and as they get up to the pastor, she just flips that guy's picture around. Like, were they even out of the room bringing out his casket yet? But anyway, due to their unluckiness because of Hazard being in Central City, the pastor starts coughing because of a allergic reaction to cinnamon, and the other guy was just looking at the blonde kid like that blonde kid was smiling like, did he know? Did he do it on purpose? Or are they just being unlucky, or was the blonde kid just trying to pull a prank? I don't know. So towards the end of the episode, we found out that Hazard's quantum field, or simply her bad luck aura, is expanding throughout the whole city, and this causes things to happen like a goose getting into the jet engine of a plane and the particle accelerator going off or about to explode. And Wells comes up with the idea that if he just lets it go off, then it's gonna negate her quantum field, and this works. But with the particle accelerator going off, would that cause even more metahumans to show up or not? This would be a great way to introduce Godspeed. If you guys don't know who Godspeed is, he's pretty much a brand new villain from the Flash Rebirth comics, and I wouldn't say he's a villain, he's more of an anti-hero. He has a really cool looking costume. If you guys want to read up on it, I'm sure you could just Google him. I think he has a really cool looking costume, and I would like to see how that would look on the show. Even though I am a little bit tired of speedster villains, I think he would work as maybe a 2, maybe 3 episode antagonist. But as a main villain, we're done with that. We got the Thinker, and I'm already happy about that. So towards the end of the episode, or almost at the very end of the episode, Wally tells everyone that he's leaving. He's going to Blue Valley or something, and I gotta admit, I'm glad he said this. Not because I hate the character or I even dislike the character. I just feel like they don't give him that much to do. In season 2, we had so much build up, like we know there's gonna be Kid Flash. And then in season 3, that's all he did was get tricked by Savitar. And like, what else did he do aside from getting tricked by Savitar? And like he mentioned, the city was pretty much about to get destroyed because of Hazard's bad luck aura or whatever, and nobody realized he was gone. And to be honest, I didn't realize he was gone either. But yeah, I'm glad they're writing him off for now, because he literally has nothing to do and he doesn't add anything to the team. So I think it's a good move for him to leave. But anyway, the final scene we get is when Cecile tells Joe that she is pregnant, and Joe is surprised, as he should be, and I was surprised too, just like I'm sure a lot of you guys were who saw the episode, because I was not expecting that. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole episode. I enjoyed it. I like how they're bringing the season 1 tone back. And I don't know if anyone else thought this or noticed this, but is the show lighter? Like in terms of set design, it looks like the lights are like a lot brighter than they have been in previous seasons. But I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it looks really bright to me this season. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it. Let me know what you guys think of the possibility of Godspeed coming onto the show in the comments down below. And For rating, I'm going to give this episode a solid 8 out of 10. And with that being said, until next time, this has been Matt, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.